Hey, you ready for a six-pack summer? Yeehaw.
Oh, sure,
Yeah. Now,
sure.
this is kind of a holdover of the old CEO of Stellantis, uh, because if they had to do it again, they would have brought the gas-powered charger out first and then the electric charger. But coming this summer, there will be this six-pack. No, it is no longer 6 carburetors. It is a straight 6, 450 horsepower up to 550 horsepower um, Dodge Charger. And I think this is going to be pretty exciting. They're going to pull a lot of power out of these. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. 420 it starts at and goes up to 550.
Right.
More than the Hemi, more than a Hemi, lighter engine. Um, and I think this will be pretty interesting for the performance types. What do you say?
I think you're right, and I think that, by the way, the one that they were showing at the show, which was the EV, was that actual color.
Hmm.
Um, and it's a neat looking car.
Yeah. I have not seen it up close in real life yet, but I tell you, I do like the lines of it. I think it's going to make
Yeah, it's
an
very neat
outstanding
looking.
police vehicle with a 420 horsepower engine, and they do have a 4 door, and they haven't officially announced the pursuit yet, but they will be doing that, and it will be a great vehicle for that. Uh,
It will be, yes.
it will look
Um,
pretty mean with a light bar on top. You know.
it will make, if you want a performance car, it will make you happy.
Yeah. Um, and once again, I think they would have brought this out sooner. They would have brought this out first, or maybe even at the same time. But this was the idea of the old CEO, and it's just something that they had to deal with. I think this will sell much better than the electric version, but that's just my take.
I think it will.
You know, um, I I think I think you will see a lot of these on the road. But you had a chance at Detroit Auto Show at the DC Auto Show, Washington DC Auto Show. You saw the Charger up close. Tell us a little bit about what you thought, and then you heard the Frazonic exhaust.
Frazonic. Um, that very color, that very body, you don't see it in our video here, but where the hood slopes down before you get to the very front face, that actually cuts down underneath like a big
Scoop.
forward air scoop.
Hmm.
It looks really slick in person.
Wow.
And the interior is very purposeful looking,
Hmm.
comfortable, good bolstering,
Hmm.
and when you start it up in the Fratzonic mode,
This is the electric model now. This is the
this is the
electric.
electric one.
Yep.
But when you put it in that mode, in a room, in a conference room.
Okay, that would be loud to start
Now,
anything.
by the way, this appealed to me greatly because it was filled, a bunch of us, automotive journalists, but predominantly um, Capitol Hill people.
Okay. There's a few
Uh,
car people there in that mix.
well, yes, some, but most are just,
There's some
working for
collectors.
whatever.
Yeah.
The regulators, you name it. And I got ready. I kept my hands real close
Because
because
it's going to be loud.
it's going to be, and it was fun when the guy said, "Okay, I'm going to start it, and it's going to be loud."
Hmm.
And as you know, Fred, it shook the whole room.
Sure.
Um, and I was ready. I was, my ears were covered. They weren't. and
Man.
it was
And they
just
jumped? Did they jump when somebody
yeah, a
kicked the throttle?
bunch, yeah. And fortunately, the fellow that was demonstrating it only kept it on for 10, 15 seconds or so.
Didn't have to worry about carbon monoxide or anything.
No,
How'd it sound?
um,
Did it sound fake to you?
no. Honestly, it sounded just like the real thing, like a Hellcat or
With a burble at idle?
a burble at idle, and then wow, and he revved it right up.
Wow, okay.
So it's a serious thing. They've done I don't know how they did it, but they've duplicated the sound.
Wow, interesting. Well, interesting. I'll hold judgment until I drive it and hear it, but I do think
Yeah,
it's a good-looking vehicle. As I say, it's gonna make a dynamite police car. It looks good as a
it
four-door
really
too, and,
it
you probably
really is
didn't
a
see
good
that
look.
yet. I've only seen a
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
What
really a good looking vehicle.